Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over a quick counter that I've been using in Arena lately. It's obviously going to be slightly outdated in a couple of weeks when we start seeing more Palpatine and Jedi Master Luke in Arena, but for right now and probably for some Grand Arenas, this could be helpful against the people who are using Jedi Knight Revan with Rey as a supporting character as opposed to as the leader. This is the most common configuration that I see in Arena, with Rey, Hoda, Jedi Knight Luke, Gas, led by Jedi Knight Revan. So I'm just going to run through some of the quick steps that I use. I'm still using my Darth Vader team. So I've got Vader as my lead, Darth Revan as support, Thrawn as support, Traya, and Watt. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put the weapon tech onto Vader. It doesn't matter who you target here because Watt is not going to assist. So I just stick it on Vader. And then I will target Rey. She's the only one who doesn't have tenacity up. So when Watt assists Vader, even when using the Merciless Massacre, uh, Watt's going to assist and try and apply a DOT to Rey. It's not going to apply to anybody else, so you might as well get an extra stack onto Rey. So we'll do that, and then the next thing we'll do is obviously do the Force Crush. Again, targeting Rey to hit her with the DOTs and get the assist from Watt. Now, here you go through your Merciless Massacre. So you've got Saber Throw and 3 basics before you can use any other special. So what I do is I will Saber Throw on Revan. Now, I like using the Saber Throw early for the early damage. It's not going to do a ton, but it'll at least whittle him down a little bit. Also, Jedi Knight Revan is immune to ability block, so there's no point in trying to hit him with a basic. So I'll just throw the saber and then go through and I'll ability block all the other 3, because ability block will go through tenacity up when you're using Vader's basic. It's because they're Jedi. After this, you go back and you have the option of Force Crush or Saber Throw. At this point, Rey has crit immunity and only a couple of DOTs, so I'd rather just stack up a little more with another Force Crush. And then from here, hopefully your guys are fast enough that you're going to take some turns. Obviously, you've been reducing some turn meter with Watt and with Vader, so you should be able to get a turn here, no problem. So obviously with Revan, we're going to go ahead and target Jedi Knight Revan and apply fear to everybody. And by everybody, I mean just Revan, Hoda, and Gas. Luke's immune and Rey's immune, which is just thrilling. Then it really doesn't matter which tech you put on people. I prefer putting this tech, which is going to give a heal every time the enemy takes a turn. I'll put that on Traya because Jedi Knight Revan has a hard-on for Traya. Will always, always, always mark her if she's available. So I want her to try and stay alive as long as I can. So I'll put the tech on her. Fracture Rey, obviously. From here, I've thrown Isolate on a lot of different people, and throwing it on Hoda has been the most successful thing that I've been able to do. So I'm going to put the Isolate on her or on him, which actually doesn't get rid of Isolate or doesn't get rid of Fear because Isolate doesn't deal damage, which is cool. And I will target Vader with the next ability to give him some protection up, but also to reduce his cooldowns by 1. Now, depending on how the enemy team moves, you might actually take a turn with Vader before Traya, which is going to be a bit annoying, but in that case, you're just going to use a basic on basically anybody who resisted the initial ability block. And from here, we can Saber Throw again. Let's see if I throw it. I usually do throw it, and I'll just chuck it at Rey, because the next... You have one of 2 things that are going to happen. One, everybody's feared and ability blocked. Vader's going to take another turn. So you're going to get to the Merciless Massacre and then just rotate through all your cooldowns before you can Saber Throw again. So if you use the Saber Throw now and you whiff, no stress. But if you're lucky, you could Saber Throw and potentially kill Rey outright right here. So either way, it's a win-win to just throw the Saber. Plus, she's not the lead. No damage immunity, which is super nice. Here, just throw some shock out. Merciless Massacre again. And then from here, it doesn't really matter what you do. I've done a lot. Mostly what I'm trying to do here is kill Rey, kill Hoda, and then make sure I keep ability block on Gas and on Luke. If Revan takes a turn, no stress. He's going to mark Traya. Cool. That's awesome. We want him to mark Traya so that Gas isn't solo smacking Vader and increasing his cooldowns. You just want to make sure that Gas can't use his mass AoE and increase cooldowns on everybody. And you really don't want Luke to mass stun, especially if there's some big damage on Traya, because if the mass stun goes off and you're stunned and Treya's dead, Treya's not going to cleanse that stun, which is really frustrating. So yeah, I'll just ability block Hoda just because. Actually, ability block Hoda and not Gas because you're going to AoE. And when you AoE, if you crit Gas, he's going to cleanse himself. And you want that ability block to stay on him. So you're going to use your very last Merciless attack on Gas with the basic. And here, I went ahead and crushed on Revan. Rey has plenty of DOTs. Luca's ability blocked and not a huge threat. Gas's ability blocked, not a huge threat. So we're just going to start stacking some DOTs on Revan before saber throwing on Rey. And that AoE actually killed Hoda, so that was cool. And because you killed Hoda on Vader's turn with Vader's, on Vader's turn, and he's got the weapon tech, Hoda can't get revived. So we'll saber throw, go for the basic, get that ability block, and go for the basic, get the ability block. Then we'll go back to Revan just to prevent any turn meter swap stuff. This weapon tech doesn't actually matter who you use it on. I usually throw it on Revan because they seem to like attacking Revan more than they like attacking Thrawn. Turn meter swap to Vader, obviously keep him healed up and let him take another turn. I decided to just go for the saber throw right off the bat. Because I knew it would take Revan down proc Savior. And yeah, just to get the assist from Watt, which reduces the turn meter and potentially prevents the extra turn from happening. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You can kind of keep smacking him and reduce some turn meter. Obviously, the key is keeping the ability block on Gas, which is why I circled that with my mouse. It doesn't really matter. Start smacking Revan. I like using this ability with Watt, especially once I have all 3 techs on. It triggers all the DOTs. So Revan's got like 9 DOTs on him right now. Gas has 2. It'll trigger those and deal a decent chunk of damage. Oh no, Gas decided to hit. Oh no, Gas decided to hit. So this is where it starts to get spooky. Luke's about to take a turn, or at least sometime relatively soon. And Trey is dead. So if Luke goes and mass stuns, we're in a world of hurt. So we'll just go ahead and use Crush, Fracture Luke, keep him down. We back up to the AoE Fear, Merciless, Basic. You want to save the Saber Throw against somebody who's, actually has some health left, which is why I used it on, used the Basic against Revan. And then the chop on Luke, or the chop on Gas. So yeah, that's the first battle. All right, and here we've got one more battle. Again, we're fighting the same team, same composition, pretty straightforward. All right, so we'll weapon tech on Vader, target Rey when we trigger the Merciless to get that extra DOT, trigger her again with the DOTs, saber throw on Revan, basic on the 3 Jedi who can actually get ability blocked. Boop, boop, and boop. And we're back to the Crush. Now notice Hoda did not get ability blocked, so we're going to try and land that at some point soon. Crush on Rey. Oh, yeah, because we can AoE Fear, so it doesn't actually matter. Hoda's not going to take a turn forever. Fracture Rey, super important. Don't fracture Revan, because if Rey ever takes a turn, it's just going to be frustrating. You're not going to be able to deal any damage. You're not going to be able to land any DOTs on her. You can still land the ability block on everybody, but it just gets messy. Oh no, Luke took a turn, but because he had the fear, he didn't. His cooldowns were reduced, so we can. Oh, we're just gonna go for a basic. Like to keep that ability block on everyone. Still isolating Hoda. Oh, actually, there was the scenario where Vader took an extra turn before Traya took the turn to reduce his cooldown. So I didn't have Merciless up, which is why I went ahead and used the basic. And I didn't think I was able to kill Rey off of the bat with Saber Throw off cooldown, but not with the Merciless Massacre. So now we can Merciless. And we can just basic the Hoda. We'll go for the Crush. There, I saw that the Crush had the cooldown coming up, so I wanted to Crush first to get some extra DOTs on Rey before I wasted the Saber Throw. And there you go. She's down in 1. Don't even need to worry about her anymore. And now I can plop the ability block on Luke and the ability block on Gas. Or attempt to, at least. But then we can go right back and do it again. Now I'm just going to sit here and target him down so that I can keep his turn meter low. So that way he doesn't get to take a turn. Because I know if he does, he's going to increase all of my cooldowns. Decided to just straight up go for the kill there. DOTs. And we could just toss on him to not give anybody speed up. He had shock on him, which is why it didn't give speed up. If I had targeted Luke, or if I had targeted Gas and used Thrawn's basic, I would have given Gas speed up, which, if my goal is to keep Gas from taking a turn, I obviously don't want to give him speed up. And we'll just sit here, target Revan. Let's trigger all the DOTs. Boom. All right, well, Gas got triggered. That was probably an error on my part because now Gas is going to smack me very hard. But I can at least keep the turn meter down. Just kind of sit here and wait. Luckily, Traya was at completely full health. Thrawn basic there again on a shocked guy, trying to reduce the turn meter thanks to Vader's lead ability. And there we go. That means I got the Merciless before Luke got to go. So we can just take out Revan because he was weak, and my Vader is R7 with a lot of damage, so I knew that the basic would do it on him. And that way I could saber throw somebody else, like a problematic Gas. Not that it killed him, but at this point, as long as you keep in control, you're pretty okay. Boom. DOT's got him. And that's how I've been taken first against all these Rey teams. So hopefully this works out for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care, everybody.